welcome into a special edition of the Workshoot Alliance, where for the first time we are going to predict a pay-per-view, which happens in like 4 hours. So hopefully you guys are on top of it and are watching it before the Royal Rumble. But to make it more interesting, we decided to steal from Cultaholic, because we suck at coming up with punishments as far as bets go. And they came up with one that, why not? None of us will like it, but we'll steal it. Thanks to stupid King Corbin and Roman Reigns. And using dog food, whoever loses here in our Royal Rumble predictions has to eat some dog food.
Can't wait.
I know, you're losing.
It's better than cat food.
I hope so. I haven't had either, but I really don't want it.
That's for TakeOver Portland is cat food now. I got that locked in.
Thanks, Doof.
You're welcome.
Because that's what I want to do, is go watch NXT TakeOver Portland live and realize at the end of it that I have to eat dog food or cat food when I come back. That'd be great.
Oh, Randy moved to Portland. That's weird.
Yeah, we never saw him again. So, Rumble, my favorite pay-per-view.
Mine too.
It's a solid one. It's always up in the air to see what happens. Who's going to show up and who's not.
So we're super excited about it. The way it's going to work is for the regular undercard matches, you get it right, you get a point. For the Rumble, however, we're going to get 3 picks each on each of the Rumbles. If it's your top choice, you get 3 points. Your second choice, you get 2 points. And your third choice gets 1. In that situation, we can all pick the same people. Just how much confidence you have in them winning, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And we also get 2 surprise entrance picks, which is tough in the men's because there's only 3 spots not announced. And for the women, there's like 21 spots not announced. And it'll be tough to figure out what actually counts as a surprise entrant.
Yeah.
Because technically, almost the whole field is a surprise
Sonya
entrant.
Deville.
But if you get one of your surprise entrants into the Rumble, that's an extra 2 points. So that's really big. So let's start off with what I believe has already been announced as the pre-show match for the Universal title. Andrade versus that one dude.
It's a United States title, by the way.
What did I say?
Universal.
Did I say Universal?
Yeah.
I said whatever. U.S. title. And whatever that Cirillo's first name is.
Carrillo, yeah.
I don't care. The WWE doesn't even care about him. He disappears for a while after they're like, oh, this guy's going to be so good by losing to AJ Styles week after week after week. And now he's coming back to save Ray after Ray got killed. I'm taking Andrade.
Yeah.
Andrade seems like a solid choice.
There's not much discussion, really. Andrade.
All right. So I'm not gaining a point there. Another one that I believe we're all going to pick the same. Jim, who do you have in Sheamus versus Shorty G, and why?
I'll take Sheamus just for the size difference. I think he just dominates. Couple of boots, white noise, whatever you want to call it. And
I don't know why this is on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and Sheamus also, he's coming back. He's got to kick someone's ass to look good again, so why not Shorty G?
Yeah, part of me wants to say, like, the surprise roll-up by Shorty G to make Sheamus lose his mind even more. But he's already came back as a heel from the looks of it, so you don't need to make him go over the top, so I'm taking Sheamus. Let's go with the other non-title match on the card for the 736th time. And if you ever go to Dolph Ziggler's Twitter, he agrees. Every week on SmackDown, he goes, it's the same matches. King Corbin versus Roman Reigns in a Falls Count Anywhere match, just so they can have Ziggler and Rude interfere, and the Usos, and
Ziggler's part of the feud, and he dogs on it.
Doof, who you got in one?
I'm going Reigns. I think it's time he finally ends the feud, but I'm afraid that Reigns is going to win, and then Corbin's going to cost him in the Rumble, and we get something next month also.
I can see it falling the same way. I think Reigns takes the win, but it's also going to be one of those things where if he doesn't, it'll be because something stupid and they decide to stretch it out even more.
God, you guys are making me want to change. Because you guys are both saying that you think the feud's going to go on, and the next WWE thing's in Saudi Arabia. No, I'm taking Reigns in hope that this is it. Please be it.
No
For the
more.
Raw Women's Championship, a rematch from last year. Becky Lynch defending against Asuka. Last year, Asuka defeated Becky Lynch, and then Lynch ended up winning the Women's Rumble. Does it happen this year? Who do you got?
Becky Lynch. I just think it's the great story of visiting back a year ago, which is something they rarely do since they had to remember what happened last week. Humberto Carrillo, for instance.
Right.
So yeah, Becky on that one.
I'm gonna take Asuka. I think it's time for Becky to get knocked down a peg. I think she's holding the belt. She's holding her own. This is the one that she hasn't beat. And I think if they do let her come back to beat her, I think they push it to Mania, and she beats her at Mania.
It would be really cool, honestly, if they had Oscar beat her and they just had that Becky just can't beat that one person thing
Yep.
for a long time. Wins the title. Or
Yeah, I
Becky
think she
too?
takes. I think Asuka wins the title tonight. I think if they push it, if that storyline goes like I see it, and they push it to Mania, I see Becky winning the title back, just so she can have that I beat her moment. You know?
I'm going to take Becky. I like that idea. I just don't think that they're going to push it. I think there's a few Mania ideas that involves Becky in my head. So I would have to have Becky here, but I'm actually kind of rooting for your pick. Bayley versus Lacey Evans, who it's great that she's a face because as far as her real life story, it fits better. But she plays such a great heel, and Bayley plays such a great face. I'm so confused by this, and I don't know. Are they still brawling from SmackDown?
Probably.
Good chance.
That's all they did was just brawl and then end up in
Pushed
matches
them.
and
Yep.
stuff. Jim, who do you got?
I'm gonna take Lacey Evans on this one. I think that
Jim's eating dog food.
more than likely at this point. No, I think Lacey Evans takes it. I think if she gets the win, I think it could be by not so technically a pin, but I think it's still a win. So I think Bayley could hold on to the title, but I see Lacey Evans getting the push at this point. So if she does get the win, I don't think it's a pinfall victory. I think it's by something else, interference or DQ or something along those lines.
What do you think?
I'm actually going to pick Lacey also.
Oh wow, I
Yeah.
thought I was different.
Because I think they gotta mix something up to me, and like Bayley's doing fine as a heel, but that's not her role, and I don't know. I just think Lacey could be the one surprise of the night, her winning that, and Bayley trying to sneak her way into the Rumble somehow, and yeah.
Wow, so the only one we have different right now is you taking Asuka.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking Lacey Evans too. That's what I had on my sheet. I honestly think that they want Bayley versus Sasha at Mania. I think it would work perfect if Bayley falls to Lacey here, whether it's because of Sasha Banks trying to interfere and messing things up, but then have Sasha Banks defeat Lacey Evans at the next pay-per-view or whatever they do in between here and Mania, and then have Bayley turn back face, because she's even said that her heel turn has not worked out well. And then you have Bayley as the good guy versus Sasha Banks as the bad guy, and we hopefully get another NXT Brooklyn show from
That
those
was
two.
Phenomenal match.
So we all agree. Let's go Universal title, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. I'm taking Wyatt. I think this is the most... I could see Bryan winning more than I've been able to see these other ones because it's a return, because Bryan's starting to figure out how to mess with Wyatt a little bit. But I think we need Wyatt till Mania with the title and that crazy entrance. And so I'm taking Wyatt.
Yeah, I'd taken him too. I was torn on this a lot because this is the type of match, the strap match, that you don't have to pin Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's not getting pinned anytime soon.
Are they doing the Four Corners thing?
I believe so.
Okay.
And it'd be like either this or even like a cage match where you gotta escape. That's the only way I can see Bray losing the title at the moment, the way they booked him. So I wanted to say Daniel Bryan because I think him and Reigns, if that's the Rumble route, would be a great WrestleMania. But I have a feeling it's gonna be the Fiend still.
I'm gonna go Bray Wyatt. I think the red lights is gonna, which I'm not looking forward to as much as the next person. It's too much red in this big ass arena that they're gonna be in, or the baseball field. I feel it's gonna be a problem for visual to watch it, let alone be there for. but I think they keep Bray with it for the simple fact, like you guys said, this has been the best run that we've had from a Universal Champion in a long time, where it hasn't been the same matchups over and over and over again. And Bray Wyatt just makes the perfect heel with the split personality. I think he is the best thing running in wrestling right now.
See you in hell.
Right?
And I mean, you said that he hasn't been fighting the same people. They did such a great job where it looked like this match was going to happen last month, and then Wyatt cuts off Bryan's hair and takes his power away. And they put Miz in there for a while just to split up the two Bryan matches. So Bryan and The Fiend have been going on for like 3 or 4 months, but they've split it up so well that it doesn't feel old. All right, let's get to the Rumbles, and let's go with surprise entrances first. We did a random number generator, and Jim won, so that's good. Congratulations. You want to go women or men's Rumble first?
I'll go men's.
Men's?
Because it's fewer and far in between.
Yeah, only, what do we say, 3 spots?
There's 3 empty spots as of like a full day.
And we're going to pick 6 names, so that's great.
Yeah.
More than likely, there's going to be a couple repeats.
No repeats. Once it's taken, it's gone.
Can't go? Okay. So I'm going to go with the obvious one that everybody keeps talking about. Edge is going to be there. I think he's talked about wanting to come back. He's done his homework on whether or not he's healthy enough to do it, and I think he's got a shot there. And then at this point, I think it has to go to one of the NXT guys.
Hey, hold on, you get one. You get one.
Get one?
You get
one.
Pass
it. Then you get your second one.
You get your second one on the way
bad.
back. Don't be taking our stuff.
I didn't know that's how we were running it.
God, I can't take Jim anywhere. All right, so he takes Edge. So I have to cross that off my list. But that was, again, the obvious one. I'm going to go Cain Velasquez. That's the rumor going around is the guy that's going to eliminate Brock from the Rumble and set up a Mania match between those. So I'll take the safe bet and take Cain.
All right, so I get the one that gets 2 in a row since we're snaking. Like, I'm torn on a few, but I think one is Santino.
Oh, I was waiting on him. God damn it.
I heard he might be popping his head in or a snake in, one of the two. And 2 I'm torn on. Like, one of them is an extreme stretch, so I won't do him, but I was going to say Killer Cross, because I've heard he might.
You do that one, because I don't know who that is.
Yeah, but the other, I saw on his Instagram the last couple of days, he keeps posting Rumble stuff, so I'll say John Cena.
Yeah, but he was saying stuff in December about keeping his yearly pay-per-view streak alive, and we did not see him.
Yeah.
Good. You did not take my last one on my list. And I'm going, you were taking NXT and scared me, but I'm taking the returning Velveteen Dream to return at the Rumble.
That would be interesting to see. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to go NXT, and I think at this point, I'm going to go Ciampa. I think Ciampa's been one of the few. Is he not listed
on there?
No.
Wow, that's fine.
Well, he's one of the few that they've had come up that hasn't made an impact. He's like the only NXT champion that hasn't come up to the roster at one point or another.
Well, he tried.
They did, but then but he's the only one that hasn't made an appearance in the Rumble. Let me rephrase that statement.
No, I agree.
So I think if anything, it's his time to prove. The matches from yesterday from the Worlds Collide, they did phenomenal in the DIY Mustache Mountain.
I was up till 3 a.m. watching that thing.
And so I think, that's going to be my pick there.
I like it. I think that we've got the 3. Unless CM Punk shows up. No, it's not happening. All right, give us the winners. This time we can all duplicate and do all of that because we're not.
Are we not picking surprise for the women? Or
we'll do that next.
Okay.
So your top priority pick, the one that you'll get 3 points if right. I'll go for the obvious and Roman Reigns. I think they're really setting him up to. I mean, he has a. When you first think about it, it's like, oh God, Roman Reigns again. It's been years since he's been in the title picture, and it would feel fresh. Though I don't want him to take on Lesnar, please. No, that would not feel fresh. But Reigns winning the Rumble would be a good story, and that's my top pick.
That's my top pick also. I mean, it's been long enough. Like, I'm glad when he came back from leukemia, it wasn't like, all right, he's a cancer survivor, let's give him the belt. Because I think that would just not felt genuine in any way. And he's had a long enough feud with Corbin. He deserves it.
You fought through it, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Roman Reigns as well. Sadly enough, I think it's at that point where, like everyone said, he's earned it at this point. He's done his dues with Corbin. I think Corbin is a fantastic heel to keep pulling it the way that he has, but I think he needs to be done with Corbin and just move on to the next phase.
All right, what about your second pick?
I'm going Drew McIntyre. I think he's going to be a dark horse in this.
I think we all have the same.
Probably. I think he's got what it takes to be a champion at this point. So, I mean,
God, he needs that push, and they've
Yeah.
been doing so much greatness on Monday with him and Orton and AJ and stuff. I agree. Drew's my second pick.
Yeah, oddly enough, I got Drew McIntyre as my number 2. But yeah, he's like,
far from a number 2, but
he feels like it seems almost obvious he might win, which scares me. Like he's going to be one of the guys fed to Brock and not do anything with him. Like he'll be number 2 or 3. But yeah, Drew.
All right, what about number 3?
I told my wife to pick one for number 3, and I agreed with her. I chose Aleister Black because he's hot. He could benefit from it. Don't really see it happening, but if it does happen, it would make sense to me. Like it'd be something. I think
He's going to kick some fools' heads off. That's for sure.
If it ended up being him and Brock, I think Heyman would have a heyday with it though too. Because I know he likes Aleister Black.
That's a good pick. What about you?
I thought I had one in my mind, and I think I'm going to change it. I'm going to go Kevin Owens.
Okay.
I think KO has been I say in the last spot because I think they're not quite done with him and Seth and this AOP thing and Joe and everything like that. But I think he's another one that has paid his dues. I think he could benefit from a championship match at Mania. I think he's earned it at this point.
Yeah, I think he was one that I thought about for my last spot, but I think because of the AOP stuff that they're going to screw him out and have that drag on. But it would be a great win, I think. What was your other one?
I was going to say Braun was going to be my other one.
So it still wasn't mine.
Yeah.
So cool, we all have different thirds. That's good. So the way I looked at it, I try to pick one from each brand. Obviously, Reigns from SmackDown, Drew from Raw, and from NXT, Keith Lee would be awesome
Yes.
to win.
Yeah.
I agree with CM Punk. That dude is amazing. I'm just excited to see him in the Rumble just pounce somebody out of the ring.
Sorry, Ali, it's got to be you.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, is Shorty G in there? He could probably go pretty good.
Drake Maverick. No, I don't want to waste a Rumble pick on him.
Is Ray in there? That'd be good.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yep.
Ricochet would be great.
Yeah.
There's a few, and he could pounce all of them.
Like I wanted to pick Brock for one of mine, but I don't see him going an hour, and I don't want to see it happen either.
Right. No points on the line, unless you want to. Do you want to put an extra point? Who eliminates Brock?
My guess.
I say Cain Velasquez. That was
I was thinking that, or Drew, or even just something random if they're going to set him up for like a fast lane match or something. Even like if McIntyre does win, like even if Ricochet does it, or Dio Madden. I was going to put him as a surprise pick because he had the F5 through the table. So I thought about doing Dio Madden, but
if they didn't have 27 people announced.
Yeah.
Right. Another one I just heard before you guys showed up, but I liked the ones I took, and if you guys would have ended up taking Velveteen Dream, I would have took it. Hearing rumors of Booker T.
I've thought about it.
He was
because of
training
Houston.
too. He's been in training
and
too.
they're talking about a revival
I was
of
thinking
Harlem
of
Heat.
a Houston guy, and I thought Booker T. And I was
Well,
like,
you think
maybe.
Houston, the other Texas boys? You got Shawn Michaels,
yeah.
Taker, even maybe at one point.
Taker could.
But it's one of those ones where those are all big ifs. I think
God, the one
of
year they
those-
have almost everyone announced, and there's so many
Yeah.
people that with
They
it being in
don't.
Houston would be cool.
That's why
All
we
right.
have the
watch them
women's
bump it
next.
to 40 at the
So let's get to the
beginning of
women's that have 9 people announced the last time I looked. We'll try to stay off of active roster people, I guess, as best we can for surprises, as long as they're healthy.
Or even returns, or
We'll see how that works.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jim, give us a surprise.
I'm gonna say Lita, just for this. I mean, it's a nostalgia effect. I think
You
it
didn't
would be
take
worth
any
it.
of mine.
So.
All right. I'm going to take one that would be huge. She was one I wrote down at first as my... We were talking about doing an over-the-top pick that would be worth even more points. But then I saw rumors going on. I was like, well, this point system could be broken. Ronda Rousey. She went on her on her baby making tour. It doesn't seem like that happened. I'm sure she had fun. But I hear rumors that she'll come back for Mania, and what a better way than coming in at number 30 and winning the damn thing.
Yeah, that was going to be one of mine, but I'm going to say Brie Bella, based on her video.
I hope Nikki shows up.
Yeah. But I'll pick one of the Bellas. And for my other, like, does it count really? Because she's been gone for a while. I was going to say Naomi.
That's fine.
Yeah,
So, most of mine are injury returns.
Yeah, because either Naomi or the other far-fetched one, I think someone else might say. But yeah, Naomi, she's been gone since the Usos have been gone, and they just came back. So I can see her coming back because it's Florida. She's from Florida, so it could be a big pop.
Let's see. God, you guys didn't take any of mine, and that's great. Let's go returning Nia Jax. I think that just fits. I sent Doof a video yesterday where they were all reacting to last year's Mania, and she had a great moment in the men's rumble.
I remember that. I watched that yesterday too.
So yeah, Nia Jax in the rumble would be a good return.
I don't really have another one. I mean, I could.
Do you want to borrow my list?
I could, but I'll be nice and leave yours to yourself.
There's an NXT one that's in my.
Well, I was gonna say, but we're trying to stay off active roster. I'm gonna screw it and say Shayna Baszler. I think she's gonna be one that comes in and.
That's a terrible pick.
Probably.
She's winning.
I was gonna say I could see that happening either way, but
I don't want to give you two. I'm calling no. She's active roster. That doesn't count. Only because I know for a fact she's gonna be in that thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's no reason why she wouldn't be. Yeah, I see her going far in this Rumble anyway.
No, give me a different one.
Yeah, I was gonna say Paige, but
yeah, I was gonna say she's been the other one that's been rumored.
That would be a surprise entrant.
Yeah, so I'll switch it to Paige.
Okay. The other two I had on my list is a returning Ruby Riott. I think it's about time that she comes back. And the one that when I realized that Ronda was all over the internet as far as rumors, it was like, I need an over-the-top one. Stephanie McMahon would be hilarious.
Yeah,
it would be great. Her or Vicky Guerrero, I think, would be fantastic as far because they only have 9 people.
Nikki Bella, if you show up, I'm gonna be so mad.
I'm rooting for that so bad right now.
Watch it'll be Nikki first and then Brain. You're like, God, okay, we're good. We're good now. We're good.
All right, so now winter time, same thing. 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, and like I said, I think Shayna's winning. I think they set it up at Survivor Series. It looked a little iffy because, and then they had her drop the title, which was perfect for the setup. But then they got her in a weird feud on NXT with some lady. I can't think of her name right now, but they already knocked that off. So I think she wins. She goes after Becky, and that's going to be a great Mania match.
I actually picked Charlotte as my number one.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Charlotte and Becky at WrestleMania. They got Ronda out of it. Charlotte wasn't pinned, and she wants the belt, and I think it's the setup for that.
I'm gonna say, oddly enough, Sasha Banks. I think there's a good chance that
this
Banks...
is. Doof and I were talking before. We knew the women's rumble is so up in the air compared to the men's.
I changed my picks when I walked in here too.
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks. I think she's another one of those ones that's paid her dues. She puts on a phenomenal match every single time, no matter who she's in the ring with. I think that they do carry that storyline out of Sasha and Bayley. Whether it's for a belt or not, I think that she wins the Rumble.
Nice. What about number 2?
Number 2, I'm going to say Shayna Baszler. Again, obviously, one we've discussed about, it's got a good chance of winning it. For that one, I see if they stretch it to Mania, they finally do this 4 horsewomen match that they've been talking about, and this could be where Ronda comes back to do their 4-on-4 horsewomen match. That
God, if those other 2 ladies in NXT could get going.
Well, that's the thing. They just haven't given them a chance. The only thing they've let them do is be like
battle royals.
They're the B team of females.
Jessamine Duke sucks. I'll just say that. I think she's awful.
She's one of our few subscribers, and now she's unsubscribed because of you.
And she'll probably get past.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. My number 2 is Charlotte Flair. And it's the one accolade she's been saying she has not done on top of her 38 championships already.
Yeah.
So it's an obvious choice as a favorite. I think.
Yeah, Shayna's my number 2 because, like I said, it just seems like it's gonna.
I hope you don't beat me by a point.
Survivor
'cause we
Series, the Survivor Series build, and NXT. She's not doing a whole lot anymore, and so yeah, that's her time to go up.
All right, and your last one.
I had that wife consulted too, but we picked Naomi also. It could be a big moment if they want to get her back in it. I think she was just held down because the Usos' mistakes, and it wasn't her fault it happened. But if it's going to be someone random, why not make it her?
Okay.
Florida, big pop, it could set up. I think it's like when Roman Reigns was number 30 and everyone hated the world over twice, and then Randy Orton eliminated him to win. It was something like that where, oh wait, he eliminated Roman Reigns last. It's going to be a massive pop. But if it was like Roman wasn't in it and Orton won, it'd have been like, oh, okay. Orton won. But he eliminated Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
My number 3 is Ronda Rousey. I think if she does make a surprise return, it'll be to win. So I got to get a point in there for it.
I'll take Charlotte on the third one. I think, again, it's one of those ones that she hasn't done yet. But I also think she's done enough far as her title reigns that she doesn't really need that Mania title push at this point. But if she does win it, like you said, it's the only thing that she really hasn't done at this point. They've all competed in Hell in a Cell matches, ladder matches, Elimination Chamber matches. They've all set the standards as far as those matches that haven't ever been competed in by women. So,
all right. So there you go. Those are our predictions. And the next time you see us in a non-Wednesday capacity, one of us is eating dog food.
I feed my dog steak, so.
I'm trying to think of what would help me. Come on, Cain Velasquez and Velveteen Dream, and all these bonus points are going to be huge. All right. See you guys next time.
Yes.